Over the past 3 episodes, we built up our starter island, and it has come a long way, but I want to start making some bigger builds, and adding more of a story to this world. So, we're gonna need to go grab something. Every time I do this, it feels like it should mean way more than it does. Finally, I found one. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like it has an end ship, but you already know I'm gonna go raid it for shulker shells. There we go. There's a ship. Now that we got one, let's slap this mending book I brought on it, and then we'll go find another really quickly, just to have as a backup. You know, I always forget how barren the end is. It's kind of just unsettling and kind of ominous. Maybe we'll change that soon. But for now, I got what I came here to get. However, obtaining the Elytra does present a glaring issue in this world. We have no gunpowder. And if I want to keep pushing progression and world building, I'm going to need a lot of rockets. So today, I'm going to design and build a rocket factory. But before I do any sort of building this episode, I want to make sure both of these Elytras have mending and unbreaking on them. And with a couple extra trades, we're set up to be way more efficient in this world. But now comes the task of gathering all the materials that we need for today's build. And it's going to be a heavy one because we need a lot of materials. And the first thing up on the list is blackstone. And the best place I know to get some blackstone would be a bastion. So let's go to that one that we found and just mine it all the way down to the lava. Okay, maybe not all the way down to lava. That's a lot of work, and I'm a little bit lazy. But I will take a good chunk out of this, enough to get 3 shulker boxes and some more. Now, it's time to go trade with a cartographer, because we need a trial map. We're gonna need a lot of copper for this build. Oh. Okay. I thought you had to get them all the way to master, but I guess just journeyman unlocks the trial explorer map. I've just been spamming these 3 trades, leveling them up. Didn't take very long, but okay. Okay, yeah, we just need 7 emeralds and a compass. Let's go get a compass. Okay, it's actually pretty close. Like right where these rocks are. So theoretically, if I just dig straight down right here, I should find it. Probably shouldn't go straight down. There it is. Nice. This is actually going to be my first time ever experiencing a trial ruin in game. Oh no, there's skulk over here too. I found where it was spreading from. There was one little catalyst right here. I'm hoping that's all that was in here. We'll see, we'll see. Oh, there's a chest right here? Oh, nice. I didn't think they had chests. I thought it was just the trials. Oh, there's a key up there now. Okay. Nice, that's our first trial key. I'll put that in the ender chest. Poison spiders too. Fuck off. You were invisible, you bitch. Meh. Bread? Really? You give me bread? Oh, I just dropped my bow. Nice, we got a trial key. So this is just the normal one that you use the key on? And there's candles, bro. This has a lot of what we need for the build, actually. Alright, this place is massive. It's kind of ridiculous. I didn't think that these trial chambers were this big. But I got a good amount of copper. Obviously, there's no way I'm mining all of it. So, let's head up to the surface and start gathering other materials. Where I'm gonna need to collect a bunch of mud, some sand, and then some gravel as well. Because we're gonna need a good amount of black concrete. Then, it was off to grab the rest of the small things. Which, I won't make you watch, but after spending a while repairing our tools at the skeleton spawner, this is the shulker box mess that we ended up with. There's 12 shulker boxes, pretty much all full. And now that we have all our materials in the shulker box mess, I think I'm going to design today's build right around here. It's going to be fairly small on the outside, but the inside is where the true magic is going to happen. So, let me build that and give you a quick little time lapse. I'll see you in a little bit. Alright, and just like that, the exterior of the build is already finished. I told you it was going to be pretty small. Pretty much just a diagonal box, but the main part of this build is going to be inside, and it's going to go down quite a bit. But yeah, let's get working on the interior now, because that's going to be the biggest part. And after hours of holding left click and repairing my pick like 8 different times, this is the room we ended up with. But before I finish this room, I need to hook up all of the redstone and build both of the farms that will produce the rockets so they can run in the background. And while I was spending hours lighting up caves, just to make sure the creeper farm actually works, I found this. Oh, that's an ancient city. Okay, well we'll definitely come back to that. But even with that ancient city being there, I was able to get the creeper farm to work consistently, which means all that we have left for this project is decorating that huge room I dug out. And with the final touches being put down, we have officially completed the crypt. All of the rockets end up in this chest under the main coffin, and I have been at this build for quite some time, so there are already a lot of rockets. I really love the dark and grungy vibe in here. This actually took way longer than I thought it would, hence why it took me almost a month to post. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for all the effort put into this project. It would mean the world to me, and it truly helps out a ton. Anyways, this is what the crypt looks like in-game. This is with Fulbright on. This is what it looks like without it. It is, like I said, very dark and grungy in here, and I love that. It is completely spawn-proof, but I'll keep Fulbright on for you guys right now, so, just so you guys can see. But yeah, I really love how this came out. There's just a bunch of different like coffins on the side. I did try to make them a different color, so that way this one stands out even more. There's a bunch of pools, a bunch of waterfalls. Obviously the main stage with the coffin. There's a giant stained glass window up there, which I think fits the vibe really well in here, especially with Fulbright off. But right on this block is where I'll stand the AFK for the creeper farm. And then if I do want to do some little like maintenance on the farms or whatever, I just go through this little waterfall. And this is the sugarcane farm. It brings it all over here. This little water chute is for the gunpowder. And it all goes into this auto crafter right here, which sends the rockets up. I did give this place a second floor as well. It's just lined with some more coffins and the start of the waterfalls. I tried to make in here feel pretty grand and like it This house is very important. People from the past. Then if you are leaving the crypt, you have this staircase. Again, this is what it looks like without Fulbright. And it is all spawn proof. But if you come up here, it's still really dark in here, so I'll activate Fulbright. But you just got a couple coffins up here. It's meant to be like a little teaser for the grand crypt down there. But now it feels as though there's just a random crypt at the side of the mountain. So we're gonna have to build something in this area to help tie everything together. However, that's gonna have to wait for a future video, as this is where I'm gonna call this episode. But if you have any ideas for this area or the world in general, please leave them down below. I'm always open to new ideas and feedback. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out. Have a good one.